Good morning. April 21st of 2018. Saturday morning. It's kind of quiet. I was just watering some of my things here, and I thought maybe I'd just walk around and just talk about some of my house plants. I know I talk about my plants in the greenhouse all the time. So show off some of my house plants in here. A lot of them are like recuperating, like my wandering Jew here is recuperating, and I got a money tree here. As you can tell, I'm poor because it doesn't have a lot of leaves on it. I got a lemon back here that I'm bonsaiing, which has a graft on it from a Kefir lime right there, which I believe took. So we'll see what happens with that. Got a nice aloe here, another aloe here. Orchid cactus, which was a gift from Michael Carroll. Some seeds that didn't come up. Let's see, some grapefruit seedlings I'm going to use for rootstock. Some of my fig cuttings that, I don't know, they may or may not take. It's early spring, so at this point I think they're past their taking point. Sirius, these are Queens of the Night. Again, new. I got them from cuttings from Michael Carroll. Some seeds I'm starting. What's down here? That's a Kefir lime graft on a rootstock. That was the first one I got to take. It's growing now, so I can't complain too much. That is a rooting Kefir lime cutting with my wandering Jew. Dragon fruit cuttings, they're growing now. Oh, this is a date palm that I grew from seed. A couple spider plants. They came from my spider plant. They were babies. Oh, what's down here? Oh, I got some new citrus trees. We got a grapefruit in there. Ruby red grapefruit. We got a key lime. Meyer lemon. And that's an orange I grew from seed. As you can see, I clearly overgrafted the shit out of it. Some of them took, some of them didn't. So in a couple weeks we'll trim it back down and let it grow. I think this one right here in the end, right in front of the camera, that one took. It's still green and pliable. And there's a bud graft right down here. It's just hard to see, but well, hard to focus on. But that little bud graft right there took. So, oh, and that is a juniper bonsai that I didn't know needed to be overwintered in the cold, so it didn't survive. Oh, some of my orchids. This one I almost killed, but as you can see, it's recuperating now. Oh, another orchid. I just watered these two pitcher plants. They belong in the greenhouse. They'll end up there. These are mini bogs that I have started some. You probably can't see them. They're way too small, but there's some little sundews in there. Baby sundews from seed. That's a succulent. I don't know what kind. Oh, another pitcher plant. That's the one that's in the jar with just water. It's just a bottle I cut in half, turned it over, put a little peat moss in the top, put a pitcher plant in, and believe it or not, the thing's growing great. It's doing really good. It's got a lot of pictures that hang down here below the shelf in my window. Oh, another pitcher plant, but this one's a different variety than the other ones that I have. I don't know how to tell the difference. There's some succulents back here. This is a banana in the window. That's an elephant bush. Donkey tail back there, or burro's tail, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's my little cactus bud from my aunt. This is another date palm from seed, and this curly looking one is also a date palm from seed. What else? Oh, I guess I'm walking around here. Got my ivy in the window. And Big Mama pitcher plant. She hangs right in this window. She got big this winter. So I'll trim her down and I'll make more cuttings off of her. That's a Pothos, golden Pothos. I also have a Philodendron in the bedroom, but I'm not going in there. Matter of fact, that's the Philodendron right there. Cutting from it. Oh, another Pothos down there. Oh, my blooming orchid. I just forgot about my blooming orchid. She bloomed this year. She came out really nice. Don't mind the place. It's a fucking mess because it's spring. Oh, this is my wife's monster Majesty palm. I got that for her so that, well, because she's from California. I'll make it a little more tropical in here. Same thing with my cycad. Again, adds a little tropicality. Another orchid. I've got a bamboo in here, a lucky bamboo. And some cuttings from my aloe. More aloe cuttings down here, which you probably can't see. But I found that aloes, if you stress them out, they will reproduce. And that's what happened. And this is my garden in a jar. In a Jack Daniels bottle. That is most of the inside house plants. I got some stuff out here, most of my fig trees. So let's come on out. It's early spring, so I put them out already. So, here we go. That's my turkey fig. That one leaved really early this year indoors, so I've been having to bring them in and out. Because right now it's only like 50 degrees out here, but he doesn't have too much of a problem. That is a cutting from my other fig trees, which is this big guy here, who hasn't leaved yet because he's been outside in the chilly weather. And this one who hasn't leaved yet because he's been outside in the chilly weather. But they're starting to bite bud now, just barely. So another week or so of warmer weather, they should be fine. A couple maple trees that have lace leaf grafts on them. I don't know if they're going to take or not. But at the very least, they'll be Japanese maples. And then this is my lilac bush, which I haven't had any leaves come in yet, but she should be starting soon enough. So that's most of my house plants. My trees, I got, fig trees and stuff. So, just thought I would walk around real quick and show off a few things. It's not a very large houseplant collection, but it's mine, and I love them. So, did I show the other Pothos that's up here? She's a long girl. She's got little tendrils that hang all the way around, even though she's getting a little old. Need to trim back. So, if you hung out and watched me wander around the place and checked out my plants, then I appreciate it. It's again, my mother pitcher plant. Show her up a little closer. She's a big girl. She's got a lot of pictures on her down here. It's springtime. They're from last season, so they're starting to get a little old. But she'll be vining now and getting big soon enough. But she's a big girl. I mean, I was a big girl. So, yeah. And of course my orchid bloomed this year, which was really nice because it came out really pretty. I'm a big fan of orchids. I like having them around, so I was really happy that this one bloomed. And, yep. Well, that's most of my houseplants. I had some more stuff in the basement. I just don't feel like wandering too far around the house, but you get the gist of it. I don't know if I mentioned the water plant that's here in the corner. That needs a little cleaning up too. So, alright. Well, thanks for hanging out and watching. If you hung out, have a great day. Comment. If anybody wants to, anybody's local and wants to trade for some plants, I got some extras. So, send me a message if you're local. I'm always interested in some trades, and some cuttings, and things like that nature. So, alright, take care. Thanks again.